Okay, so everybody has, the crazy relative. I just happen to have two that are exceptionally crazy. Unfortunately, she's not around anymore, but my crazy great-grandmother, she was a kleptomaniac, and so my uncle who lived with her, so her son who lived with her his entire life, would have to watch over her whenever they would go to the store and check her purse. And they usually find random objects that she took off the shelf, like silverware or the little air fresheners or something. And so we always go over to their house every single year on Whidbey Island for the Island County Fair. And my uncle has a four-wheeler. And so me and my cousin were going over to the four-wheeler and we're about to turn it on. And here comes my great-grandmother out with a broom saying, "Stop stealing my gas!" And we're like, "Oh shit, turn it on, turn it on, turn it on." And we had to bail because she was going to whack us with a broom. That was pretty scary because in our heads we were thinking, dun 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 dun. As she was coming after us with the broom. Oh, and she thinks, she thought that everything was hers, so if you had a CD player out, a stuffed animal out, anything out, she'd be like, "You stole that from my house! Put that back where you found it! I found that underneath my bed yesterday!" Oh, and then she thinks that aliens steal her underwear, and I don't know where she gets that idea because then later she finds that underneath her bed too, so I'm not really sure how things are getting underneath her bed. But yeah, so, and then she remembers back in the days when people would drop off their kids for babysitting, and so she doesn't remember that part. All she remembers that people would drop off their babies, and so she used to always complain, saying, "People are dropping off their babies at my house all the time, and I don't understand." Oh, and then, so my Uncle Larry, which is her son, started going crazy too, and he used to believe that, actually he still does, that he's related to the Queen of England, and so whenever we go to Christmas events or Thanksgiving, we always have to hear about his latest adventure, about trying to go over to England because he's related to the Queen. And, but what he's realizing is that he's mixing it up stories because my great-grandma used to be married to somebody that was kind of related to the Queen, but they never had kids and he died or something. And so he thinks that since he was born after that he's related or something. So he's always bringing the Princess Diana calendar saying, "This is proof I'm related to the Queen." Oh, and then he also thinks that everything in Canada is really magical. And you know those Easter eggs that have the cream filling in them? He used to think that bunnies from Canada laid them. And so he'd always be like, "Here, would you like some eggs that are laid from bunnies?" Whenever Easter rolled around, and we'd have to tell him, we'd be like, "No, actually, bunnies did not lay them." And he'd argue with us, and so we finally just gave up. And we'd say, "Yes, they are. Did you know they're giant bunnies this big that live in Canada?" And I'm out.